Uh, and you still see debris coming out on the north face. You do. We'll see what it does.
So you have no idea right now?
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit. Right. Oh my gosh. Another plane has just hit.
We had for them. Unfortunately, we're all out now. If you do need to get one for the future.
And we do know it's a tilting to the south because the other video is due north. We say here the buildings would not have collapsed under the effects of the airplane impact and the jet fuel ignited multi-floor fires.
Oh my goodness. Oh God. There's another one. Oh my goodness, there's another one.
This seems to be on purpose.
Oh my goodness. Now it's obvious, I think, that there's a second plane just crashed into the World Trade Center. I think we have a terrorist act of proportions that we cannot begin to imagine at this juncture.
To this kind of thing in this neighborhood.
Elliot, have you, of course, because of the incident that occurred in the early 1990s, have you seen any evidence, Elliot, of people being taken out of the building? You say that emergency vehicles are there, understandably so, but of course the major concern
They're
is
heavily on the south side of
I
Building
mean, do you
1.
know if there were many people in the
fires
building?
took a long time, but eventually they were mainly on the south side of Building 1.
Nearly 6 years after the September 11th terror attacks, questions remain about what brought down the World Trade Center Twin Towers. Now researchers at Purdue University hope this computer simulation provides answers. The detailed 3D animation begins with a map of Lower Manhattan as it appeared on September 11, 2001. It then depicts a hijacked plane hitting the top floors of the North Tower and follows the disintegrating commercial plane through the building's interior. The visualization then shows the debris exiting the building on the opposite side. The simulation finds the airplane's exterior peeled away shortly after impact, and the titanium jet engine shafts flew through the building like bullets. The Purdue project concludes the weight of the aircraft's fuel, when ignited, acted like a flash flood of flaming liquid. That stripped away fireproofing material from the building's steel towers, causing the weakened towers to collapse under their own weight. The 2-year Purdue study was funded in part by the National Science Foundation. It's intended in part to help engineers design safer buildings. There are calls for cities to raise fire standards for skyscrapers and develop new materials that can better protect tall buildings from fire. Ed Donahue, The Associated Press.
Mire usted, estas son las imágenes. Las dos torres del World Trade Center de Nueva York se encuentran afectadas por este incendio. Acaba de...
Swarmed with emergency vehicles and sirens. Obviously, we're very sensitive to this kind of thing in this neighborhood.
Elliot, have you, of course, because of the incident that occurred in the early 1990s, have you seen any evidence, Elliot, of people being taken out of the building? You say that emergency vehicles are there, understandably so, but of course the major concern is human loss. I mean, do you know if there were many people in the building?
Oh, another one just hit. Something else just hit. A very large plane just flew directly over my building, and there's been another collision. Can you see it? I can see it on this shot.
Oh my.
Something else has
You know what? We just saw a plane circling the building. We just saw a plane circling the building a second ago on the shot right before that.
I think there may have been another impact. Can you tell? I just heard another very loud bang, and a very large plane that might have been a DC-9 or a 747 just flew past my window, and I think it may have hit the Trade Center again.
To be honest, Elliot, I didn't get the impression that it was that big a plane.
It looks big from here.
I did see a plane go by a second ago, though, and it has now impacted the building. I'm trying to see if it's the different tower.
I think it may have been. I believe the first one was World Trade Center 1, and
the smoke and the flame. Well, just basically the smoke in the air right now, right in front of me.
And we see two sides of the World Trade Center definitely affected by this crash. Black smoke continuing to billow out there.
But I hear a lot of sirens going in.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
Sure you do. Again, your estimation, what type of plane did
either an
you report
Airbus A320 style or a Boeing 737.
Okay.
Where do you get your knowledge from? How much time do you have in a pilot?
Oh, there's another.
Oh no. Okay.
Explosion.
Explosions, multiple explosions, ladies and gentlemen. We just saw another explosion. Obviously.
We saw the side of the World Trade Center exploded into flames and black smoke. We are going to join another one of our New York affiliates.
NTSB investigators examining the smallest pieces of debris next to one of the most distinguishable remaining parts of the doomed aircraft, one of its two engines. That engine, which landed at a gas station, was later carted away for further study.
Big flash of flame, fire coming out from all over. Then all the bricks is a huge hole right now. It almost looks like the plane probably went through. I'm not sure.
Winston, can you see, are you on the north side there where the plane made contact?
Yes, I am.
Now, when you say a huge hole, one of our earlier witnesses, Libby Clark, said not much of the plane came down off the building. Much of it went
totally
right
into the building.
It's in the building, from what you can see.
Right.
Now, can you see if there's a lot of debris downstairs, Winston?
No, because it looked like it inverted. With the impact, everything went inside the building.
Inside.
The only thing that came out was a little bit of the outside awning. But I'd say the hole is, let me just get a better look right now.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd say the hole takes about, looks like 6, 7 floors were taken out. And there's more explosions right now. Hold on, people are running.
Winston, hold on just a moment. We've got an explosion inside.
The building's exploding right now. You got people running up the street.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay, just put Winston on pause there for just a moment.
Okay, the whole building just exploded some more. The whole top part.
Okay.
The building's still intact. People are running up the streets. Am I still connected?
Winston, this would support probably what Libby and you both said, that perhaps the fuselage was in the building that would cause a second explosion such as that.
And the frantic search for evidence now turned to the aircraft debris. This is the home territory of air investigators worldwide, and within 24 hours of the destruction of Pan Am 103, British air investigators had been joined by their American counterparts. Among them was the Mr. Bomb of air investigation, Walter Korsgaard from the Federal Aviation Administration.
Let's just take some of our pictures from News Chopper 7. Now, one of our producers said perhaps a second plane was involved, and let's not even speculate to that point, but at least put it out there that perhaps that may have happened. The second explosion would certainly back the theory from a couple of eyewitnesses that the plane fuselage perhaps stayed in those upper buildings. Now, if you look at the second building, there are two, that both twin towers now are on fire. Now, this was not the case, am I correct? A couple of moments ago. This is the second twin tower now on fire, and we're going to check on the second flight if perhaps that had happened. This all began at about 8:48 this morning. Again, what we know, in case you're just joining us, a small plane, not a Cessna type or 5 or 6 seater, but instead perhaps a passenger flight, ran into the north side of the World Trade Center. As you can see, the second explosion that you're looking at now in the second twin tower, it has spread much debris, much more debris than the first explosion or the first accident. Is Winston still on the line with us?
Now researchers at Purdue University hope this computer simulation provides answers.